Oh, what's up, you guys? I'm gonna call this the food poisoning challenge. Some of you may or may not know food poisoning usually lasts about 3 days. This is day 2, or at least after lunchtime it will be day 2. And oh my god, I feel somewhat better. And when I say somewhat better, that just simply means that I don't have the strong urge to throw up constantly. I have diarrhea and nausea, so it's the same time. So you never know which is which. Yesterday, I thought I had to poo, and I sat down to poo, and it all came out of my mouth. Like, oh my gosh. So this is the food poisoning challenge. I'm gonna see if I can make it through 3 days of going to work and just surviving, the food poisoning. So I feel somewhat better, not a whole lot, but just somewhat. So I'm glad about that. What does food poisoning feel like? Stomach is really tight and cramped. It almost feels like someone took all your intestines and bunched them up real tight, and it's just pulling on them while they're bunched up tight with staples or something, and they're being ripped apart. That's what it feels like. It feels like you have a constant urge to do-do, and every now and then it feels like you're just automatically wanting to regurgitate all the time. For me, I got really bad chills, like my body got really, really cold, and then on top of my body getting really, really cold, it's like my stomach felt like I just was brewing a cauldron of nasty stuff in it, and it's like it would just boil up every once in a while and I have to throw up. What I recommend, if you have food poisoning, for the ladies anyway, I don't know about men, but for the ladies, I don't wear pads and panty liners and things like that, but just in case, because I don't know what was going on yesterday. I don't believe that I had an issue with that, but I smelled funny when I went to the bathroom. So get some panty liners, just so that you so if anything's going on, you will know. Get some panty liners. Always keep some fresh wipes with you, just for every occurrence, every time you go, to wipe, just in case. In addition to that, you might not be able to take the taste of toothpaste, but you want to make sure you have your toothpaste and toothbrush and all that. You want to have your own soap, and the reason I say that is because, again, sometimes you use the public soaps and they're not even really soapy, but you want to have your own so that you have that fresh scent of soap. Always bring a sweater with you, because like I said, for me personally, I went through some really cold flashes. Like, my body was real cold to the point where I was shivering and my legs were bouncing. I mean, it was just awful. That's about it. And for me personally, I don't even want to smell food. So today all I bought with me was a big liter jug of water. I'm going to put it in the freezer. Also, see if you can get to where there's some ice. For people that are working too, I think it's very important that you know what the procedure is. They don't tell you, but like if there's an accident or something that happens on site, what's the appropriate procedure? Because if you're sick, I don't think they even reported it. Like I said, I've been in homeless shelters before where somebody sprayed some stuff in my eye, and I asked for eye wash. They would not give it to me because they would have to report it. They would have to write up something on it. And that can cause a problem. So you want to make sure that you know what those policies and procedures are, at work. And this isn't work related. This it was at work that I got sick, but work didn't cause this. This is something on my personal that just kind of reared up the next day. Speaking of other coincidences, there's a man at work where I work, and I swear he's Asian, but I swear he looks like a female, and he has a lot of my features, which is kind of weird. But I get it. I'm not even gonna speak on that, but just about customer service, I'm like, I think something's really up with these call centers because you guys, I mean, the stuff that he was saying was really rude. You know what I'm saying about how to treat the customers. And I was like, how are you? I don't get it. They're actually teaching how to be rude in these classes. Like they were saying that what he would say is that, oh, you're absolutely right, the pig's foot. I'm like, what in the world? They are actually teaching people that. But luckily, I'm glad that most of the people that was in that class, they were just like, oh, that's rude, So I'm glad that they didn't buy into that. Most of these people have real customer service experience. I'm like, where is that okay? But I don't know. And so, yeah, so that's the food poisoning challenge. 3 days going to work, staying clean, healthy, and sane, and keeping a good attitude. I try not to let it show on my face that I don't feel well, but I'm very expressive in my face. Maybe because I got a big face. I don't know. You can tell what I feel. So I was really sick yesterday, and I didn't care what my face showed. But the thing is that people, if they don't know what's going on, they interpret it as different things. So anyways, it was just so weird yesterday. And like everything was happening at once. Like somebody wanted me to show them where the train station was. And I'm just like, today really ain't the day. Because I'm on a beeline to the train station. But then I ended up not catching the train because I couldn't get a transfer. So anyways, food poisoning challenge all 3 days, going to work, maintaining health, being alert, attentive, and, going to the bathroom when I gotta go. So that's what it is. Peace out, man. Oh, what I need to do, find out the policy about that if somebody gets sick at work, for the safety hazard standards or whatever. And then also get, appropriate emails and stuff like that. But anyways, bye.